Welcome back, ladies and ladies and gentlemen, into the HeroesCCL presented by Wisdom. My name's Bahamut. I'm joined by Grubby and Justin, and I gotta ask you to, of course, Grubby, what'd you get into on your break? Apparently, I have no idea how to talk after my break.
Just a little bit of LARP.
Justin, please.
I contemplated
What'd you get to, bud?
I was thinking about everything Grubby's ever said.
Oh no, Justin's muted. That's why I can't hear him. I was like, wait a minute, he's responding. There he is.
My bad.
He was LARPing being muted.
I was just thinking about things that Grubby said in the past, just pondering them, like introspectively into space.
Well, I practice my Duolingo, and I regret doing it because apparently it makes it hard to talk in English. But either way, we are back into HeroesCCL, and you can see at the bottom of your screen that we are getting ready for Granit Gaming versus Chili Mountain, our second best of 5 of the day. We just watched Diamond Hands go up against Oxygen, and Oxygen take that reverse sweep. Second reverse sweep of the season, second reverse sweep against Diamond Hands this season. So a little terrifying as it's only week number 3, but we can move off of that best of 5 and start talking about this one, because the big conversation around this one, Grubby, is neither team has won a map, nor have they won a series yet.
Yeah, both 0-6. But they've tried.
Yeah.
You know, they did show up and they played, and that's something.
That's definitely fair. We did have
someone's gonna win.
Yeah, someone will win. I don't think we'll just see like I'm not gonna cast a curse anything, but we are gonna get ready for this these two teams, and we did have some changes onto one of the rosters. But let's start breaking down on the side of Granit Gaming. Sorry, I got juked right there for a second. On the side of Granit Gaming, we actually did have this roster change. Justin.
Yep, we did. We had Red Robot leaving Oxygen, and here he is on the side of Granit Gaming. So we have Henning on support. Red Robot will likely be playing tank. Skog, I'm not sure if he'll be playing or not. He might be playing a different role if he is. Swamp Garada playing offlane, high on ranged, and Gia playing the flex. So it'll be interesting to see with their roster change, how things shake out for that team.
Yeah, and then on the side of Chili Mountain, who are we going to be seeing over there, Grubby?
Azurite is going to be the ranged assassin. We've got Burgold coming in with the offlane usually. Wait, where's the tank role? Huh? Make Flex, of course. Max Passion. Oh yeah, Max Passion. Didn't Max Passion and Burgold switch roles mid-series last week?
Yes.
Yeah, they kind of back and forth.
Yeah, you tanked me offlane, then swappy. SMX was healer. Here's a team that had a tough time definitely last week, and where both of their frontliners, Max Passion and Burgold, were taking a lot of punishment. Smexy too. A lot of deaths for those three.
Yep.
But Make, he was still doing good, I think. He's the shot caller. He's got a lot of game insight. Azurite, he was popping off. Like, he had the top damages. He had the bottom deaths, but his front line kept getting picked off. So there was definitely like a bit of a level difference, I think, last weekend. Hopefully the team can come together and at least get this one against Granit Gaming. From their perspective, Azurite deserves it.
You make a really good point about Azurite, because looking back at who they went up against, Chili Mountain played against Simplicity last Sunday, and I agree with you, Grubby, 100%. When we look at the stats, when we look at Azurite's play and the tale of Springy, we can see that there is just a lot of value from Azurite as a player, and whether they need to, on the side of Chili Mountain, hone in on what Azurite's doing or focus in on that is the question that needs to be answered today, because we got maps ready to go. We're about to get into the series, but we got to figure out how we got to this first map in this second best of 5 of the day. So we have the best scene transition on Earth right there. The members of Chili Mountain opted for first pick priority as they won the coin flip. Going to ban out Dragonshire. Alterac Pass removed by Granit Gaming. Since the side of Chili Mountain has first pick priority, Granit Gaming will be choosing to take us to Infernal Shrines. And I had a fun little stat for this. Granit Gaming has not played on Infernal Shrines just yet for the Season 3 of CCL, but Chili Mountain has played two times on this map. So Granit Gaming there's no information about Granit Gaming, what they could potentially draft or what their playstyle looks like on this map, whereas Chili Mountain has played here. So Justin, as the side of Granit Gaming, do you think this gives them an advantage since they have this information of Chili Mountain's playstyle here?
Somewhat, but they also do have the growing pains potentially with Red Robot. So everything's going to be a little bit different for Granit Gaming.
Okay.
So I think yes and no, because they also, if they haven't played it, they might not be as practiced on the map as Chili Mountain is. I'm guessing that Chili Mountain has opted to, they're at least willing to play the map. They haven't banned it or anything. They've had to play on it twice.
Yeah.
Both being losses, obviously, with their 0-6 record. But I think in general, Chili Mountain should be a little bit favored on Infernal Shrines, unless the injection of Red Robot into the roster and really breathe new life into the team. I think that, as Grubby had mentioned, Make and Azrai are really standout players, and this is a map where if you can give them heroes that they can carry on, the enemy is forced to basically just fight them on the shrine. So I'd like to see them pop off like Grubby had mentioned, and I think this is a good map to do that.
Infernal Shrines is a rotation-heavy base map. We saw it previously in the Oxygen versus Diamond Hands matchup, and it's pretty standard. You got your solo laner in, well, the top lane, and you have your core 4 rotation between mid and bottom. So heroes like Joanna, or even I'm blanking on, of course, questing talent heroes. Diablo's a good one as well. So heroes that can just gain a lot of value from being able to do the double soak, get regeneration globes or stacks onto minions, are highly prioritized. But Grubby, we kick off the first pick for Chili Mountain with a Dahaka.
And a very solid Brightwing Diablo follow-up coming out from Granit Gaming. No Tyrael shenanigans yet for either sides. Both of these teams have tried it. There's another team that tried it just now in Diamond Hands. Tyrael, he's got to have the worst record in CCL so far. Maybe like 0-7 or something. I could parse the data in a bit of a lull, but that's Brightwing Diablo. It's fantastic. So Garrosh, any Garrosh, any Tychus? Is that how we're going to be taking down the Diablo? Not quite yet, and we've already got 2 frontliners. That means that most likely it won't be a Leoric or a Malthael either to take him down. So that makes Tychus a very likely pick, which would be an easy ban here. They're just thinking, Granit Gaming is thinking, could it be something else we have to think about though? Like maybe, anything, I don't know.
Yeah, Granite could also just pick the Tychus themselves here. It'll be, if they don't ban it, I'd expect they would pick it, because it would feel really weird to throw it back to Chili Mountain and let them get that on the 4-5 for sure. That would feel like a bit of a draft blunder on the side of Granite if they did that. So with them banning Deckard, I'm assuming that they'll pick the Tychus, but you can never be certain. And Chili Mountain looks like they're just trying to sort of choke the offlane pool pretty hard here with banning Hogger in the first rotation and then taking the Dahaka and the Blaze and then banning out the Leoric. They might be targeting Swamp Grotto. I mean, he is the offlane player presumably with the addition of Red Robot, so seems like a lot of priority on that.
Then he'll just play Deathwing. Like, he's fine with that. And now there's no Leo. You're not going to get tight. Oh, they're not going to take this. Fala IRL. All right. You called it a draft blunder. I mean, for now, I agree with you. Let's see how the rest pans out. There might be a plan.
There could be a plan. I'm parsing the data really quickly for you here, Grubby, and I believe it's Tyrael is 0-4. Well, I guess 0-5 after today's games as well. So, yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, well, he's still 100%.
Still a chance.
Yeah.
Still a chance to turn it around, though. Season is long.
Season is long, and we're only in week number 3 in our second best of 5. And I think it's a scary composition from Chili Mountain.
3 offlaners.
Medivh.
Ooh,
Medivh exists.
Well, Justin, break it on down for us, because
so
it's hard to.
Malthael
Yeah. Please.
says, "I would like a nano, please." He goes on the shrine. He gets the nano from Banana, and then all of the members of Granite Gaming portal away.
Yep.
And then they come back, and the nano is gone. The Malthael ultimate is gone. That's how it should play out. I think that Granite Gaming has very close to being an S plus Medivh comp. It's nearly perfect. They have Vala, they have Urel, they have Diablo. They even got Brightwing. I mean, it would be a little bit better if they could get Stukov instead of Brightwing, just because it pairs better with Medivh, but that's just nitpicking. I think their comp is basically perfect for Medivh. It's pretty good into what the enemy side drafted for Chili Mountain, so I'm expecting a Granite Gaming win. If they lose with this draft, I will be disappointed.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you heard it here. the father of drafts, Justin here, will be disappointed in Granite Gaming if they lose. But honestly, I'm right there with you, because you have the Medivh Diablo synergistic value. There's just everything checked on the box on the side of Granite Gaming. Thank you, Justin, for the analysis, and we'll see if your disappointment is measurable by the end of this game. But it is going to be a good one, as we are just about loaded into Infernal Shrines. Got to get one last player in there. I jumped the gun a little bit on that one. But either way, as I said, Justin, thank you for joining us, and we will see you after Infernal Shrines map number 1, as we have got both teams loaded on in, and we are here into Infernal Shrines. Grubby, my friend, on the left-hand side, we got Granite Gaming with Gia on the Medivh, Svamgrada on the Urel, Henning playing the Brightwing, Red Robot, the new tank player for Granite Gaming, will be playing the Diablo, and Skoog on the Vala. For the side of Chili Mountain, we're looking over at the Ana to be played by Banana, Make on the Malthael, Max Passion on the Blaze, Burgult on the Dahaka, and Sylvanas to be played by Azerite. Gotta get your thoughts here, Grubby. I'm leaning heavily into Granite Gaming myself.
Yeah, me too. Ana is going to be a really good hero for Banana, but maybe a little bit hard to play from Europe ping, which is why I think we've seen her a little bit less as well. We do see that they were kind of forced into Ana, considering Deckard was banned, which was really clever by Granite. Removing the Emerald healing debuff. Now there's the Ana healing debuff. Even more powerful, but generally she feels less safe to play than a Deckard. I also think it's funny that Chili Mountain brought a screwdriver to a hammer job. Kind of trying to use that screwdriver, taking the handle and hammering in the nail, which in the end it just ruins your tools and it's not the right one. But they've got a bunch of offlaners and they're using them and their hero picks as a tank with Blaze. Not saying he can't tank, but it does feel kind of like that analogy is accurate. So definitely strange things going on for Chili Mountain, but they've got Azerite on Sylvanas. He's going to have to be a key player, as is Make. And it also makes sense why Granite Gaming decided to completely forget about the Tychus. Medivh is neither afraid of an enemy Tychus, nor do you want Tychus to be your only ranged DPS, as he is not a hyper carry with the same order that Vala is. In fact, he's not at all. He can kill one target, or he can damage many in Odin form, but he can't kill two, and that's an issue. Any hyper carry needs to be able to kill target after target after target. That means that it could be Lunara, can be Vala, can be Li Ming. Usually not Ming, but it can be. But it can't be Tychus, because he's got enough juice just for one. So it makes sense that they played it this way. And maybe because of that, you should see Medivh coming, kind of. If you see these patterns and you're thinking as Chili Mountain, I feel like maybe they could have seen it coming. And let's see if Gia's Medivh measures up.
Gia's Medivh might be compared or matched into Draded's from the previous series that we just saw. And right now we have stacks only 4 for Gia, but we'll see how those start to really build up around the objective phase. It will be announced here in about 20 seconds, up for contest in about 50, as that's a pretty standard thing on Heroes of the Storm maps, 3-minute objective phases. There's a couple maps that do break that mold. Portal forward from Red Robot, looking for Azerite. Just kind of walking right by Max Passion like, okay, yeah, you're a Blaze, it's whatever, I don't need to try and put pressure into a Blaze. As our first objective, Frozen for the top lane, will be announced, and things are starting out pretty good for both teams, but Grubby, I had been bringing this up throughout the day, and there was one moment where I wanted to ask you about this, the concept of peeling, because I feel like on this map, that is a very critical factor and tool to utilize. How can, let's say, the side of Granite Gaming do this into Chili Mountain?
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you asked, because when I was new to MOBAs, with HoTS, my first MOBA, I didn't know what the heck peeling meant, or carry, or pick. So peeling is where you peel away attackers from your squishies, or it can be anyone really, but it's where you peel away attackers from whoever is being targeted. So that's basically what it is, defending your backline. It means that if you are solo Meridian, solo frontline on your team, you choose to go back and stop the Tyrael from killing your Vala, rather than you yourself trying to target their backline. And the decision of whether to peel with aggression or with defense, aka jumping forward to distract the DPS, or jumping back to stop the initiators, that's a difficult decision. It makes tank one of the hardest roles. Deciding how to peel, it's not always binary. But this one definitely works. Blaze kind of threatening the backline, blowing him up. Perfect example. Thank you very much, Granite Gaming. First Blood.
First blood over to the side of Granite Gaming, and Grubby, as always, thank you for the breakdown on that. Because as I said, I had a couple of people ask me 1 or 2 concepts this week, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start a list of just concepts in Heroes of the Storm that we kind of just utilize very often, but we don't break them down. And I know there's a lot of people in chat who are like, I'm a Grandmaster, I don't need to know what peeling is, Grubby and Bahamut, shut up and cast the game. Well, there's also people that are new to Heroes of the Storm, and we want to also welcome them into the MOBA. We're not League of Legends where it's like, oh, you gotta be the best of the best and you gotta know everything before you even play the game. We are welcoming
and don't
here.
even talk unless you're silver 4 and above, high level. We're not like that. We also allow lower levels to talk, including 5k master and below. So very welcome here.
Well, the first Punisher is up and available. We got our Frozen Punisher, arguably the best Punisher on this map for sieging and dealing damage, team fighting. It just kind of checks every single box. But as we look at the map, Dahaka's pushing in bottom lane. Brightwing does have the phase shift available if she wants to jump up and help out this siege into top. The Punisher dropping quite low quite quickly. Malthael, the target, going to get bopped out of the fort range, and another pick for the side of Granite Gaming. The overall control of Granite Gaming between the Yrel and Diablo is so synergistic here.
Yeah, and you know, it's tough. There's a lot of displacement, but Ana didn't hit a single heal on Malthael throughout that. 2 healing darts and the grenade all missed. And there is, of course, the overpower shadow charge that kind of plays into it. And then there's the ping element that I wouldn't bring up even unless you're playing a hero like Ana. My gosh, she's hard to hit with, even on perfect ping. And Banana, he's a great Ana player, but sometimes you just wish you had an Uther. You just press Q on the Malthael. This isn't all about healing darts when you're being picked off in the 3v5 though. That was always going to be a hard one. Frozen Punisher. And I think it's fine, honestly, for Chile. Look at that. They're 4th in the top right on the minimap. You see it? It's 95%. During losing a player and the objective, they got 95% damage done. Not HP still having, like their 4th. On the bottom fort. So I think they're winning. Like, despite this double kill and the objective won for Granite, Chili Mountain is winning on structures, and that's actually more important than almost every other stat. And now they've crossed the awkward 1 to 9. They've made it to level 10, where they have their combo. Tormented with Nana Boost. Justin warned us, it's going to be a portal all the way back home. Can they utilize that? Or can Sylvanas, Make, or a healing dart from Banana, shut down Medivh before he portals everyone out? That's going to be the big question.
A sleep dart would be really, really nice to be able to lock down that Medivh, and then maybe Blaze can follow up with a Jet Propulsion drag from the Dahaka, silencing Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas could be a potential as well. But as I bring up all of this, Max Passion is body blocked to oblivion, forced to use the bunker. He's in an awkward spot. Red Robot doesn't have the, I was going to say Jet Propulsion, the Shadow Charge. He actually just got it off a cooldown, used it on a minion wave, but Yrel gets the Goomba Stomp. Svamgrada finding another kill for the team of Granite Gaming. And I gotta say, Granite Gaming, they're getting some good momentum here. While we do talk about the bottom lane fort being low, if the objective phase is won by Granite Gaming, they could be the ones to come out on top of this. Control of bottom lane. Speaking of control, there's gonna be just so much pressure into Make. I love the Shadow Charge. Wait a second. Overpower. Wait a second. Polymorph from Henning. It's just layered CC and communication from Granite Gaming. Looking a lot stronger this week than in previous week number 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's a good pick off, but it's still someone that got rotated on. And they do hit very scarily, of course, with the Diablo. He's got a big reach. Chili Mountain kind of has to clean it up. They've been picked here and there, usually with not with the superior odds. Kind of the Medivh effect as well, I'm sure. They gotta be careful. Don't get picked like this. They want that one big fight. The Wailing and the Tormented Nano.
They just have to, on the side of Chili Mountain, land the combo and actually have the players available. There's been consistent sort of single target picks that have slowed down what Chili Mountain wants to do momentum-wise. They can't be in position because they're constantly dealing with other aspects, like Yrel in top lane. Like, this is a massive win for Svampgrada, as there's been 2 members diving him. Medivh comes up, trying to build more stacks on that baseline Arcane Rift. He's got 20 right now. Wailing Arrow, oh, he's got 0! Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a nice kill. Isolation connects onto Yrel. She's just trying to buy time so she can get the Ardent Defender off in time right there. But I talk about wins and gains, and it seems like Chili Mountain are starting to freeze out the composition, finding essentially a double kill. The biggest factor, in my opinion, here, Grubby. Those 20 stacks of Medivh Arcane Rift baseline gone out the window, down the drain, flushed like a dead fish.
Oh, but it died of natural causes. So,
Yes, oh, absolutely. It
it's,
it lived a nice, long, healthy life. It just, it's time.
Yep. All right, let's forget about the fish. Let's forget about Bahamut's fish. I'll try to forget
I'm
about it.
a little scarred. I was 9 years old. I won it at the fair, and it's unfortunate.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I hope it had a good life. So that was a really big outplay by Chili Mountain. Azurite there on Sylvanas, hitting him with the wailing arrow, just peppering them in their open eyes with Burgled. They win the 2-on-2 and kill Medivh Yarel. The two unkillables? Mm-hmm. Like, they both have invincibility buttons. That was a big outplay. And meanwhile, the 3v3 for Chili in the bottom lane, the one that Medivh is supposed to save them from, right? Fermented Nano?
Yep.
He wasn't there. To win both 2-on-2 and 3-on-3, Chili Mountain off to great strides towards victory. A really positive result for them.
We have so far a positive mid to late game result for Chili Mountain, and Swamp Grotto with a nice just righteous hammer to force back few aggressive members, but here comes Red Robot. Medivh is floating above. He's got to build back those Arcane Rift stacks. Grubby, I gotta say, I don't play a ton of Medivh myself, but I can feel for Medivh players when they lose at least half the stacks. Now, Convection Kill Bosses, I sit there, even if they're on my team as well, I'm just like, you lost Convection.
That's true.
I'll be honest.
But, I'm always on a heavy case of copium. If I lose my stacks, I'm like, that's not why I picked him. Not why I picked him. I took him for the ley line, took him for the...
Polymorph dive. Malthael goes down into the mid lane.
Nice Brightwing port in, killing the Malthael there. Make losing his third life here. But he has top damage, so I guess he's the best.
Good Will the Forsaken from Sylvanas to mitigate any sort of aggression from Diablo. She'll Hearth away. No, actually, it was a Feign Hearth. Might have still had vision onto that Sylvanas for a second or two, so just feigning that she was Hearthing in case anyone was seeing her, and she can just kind of trick with information. We used to see this back in HCC all the time, but what we are seeing right now is a huge drag onto Diablo. Protection will be there from Medivh. You did see the Biotic Grenade mitigate the value of Brightwing's phase shift, but the protection, the will of force from Medivh was too strong, and Chili Mountain can't find the kill, but it's 16 up on both sides, and we get ready for what is going to be a Arcane Punisher for the mid lane.
Yeah, let's see, Arcane Punisher mid lane coming up shortly-ish. Chili Mountain still with a very good structural lead. Experience-wise, not quite there, and I'm going to look at the cost for it. We look at the minion XP, it's 33k for Granit against 32 for Chili. Small lead. Hero kills wise, Granit has double the XP. Merc camp, Chili has double the XP. So where is this coming from, this difference? Well,
a little bit of passive, a little bit of structure.
Yeah, a little bit of structure. Wait, how does Granit have more passive XP even though they lost their structures?
Wait, no, Granit has 16,000.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
no worries.
Yeah.
You said it, and I was like, wait a second. There,
I was looking at the bottom stat, the total.
Oh, got you.
Nice. Oh, Observer showed it too. Great.
Yeah, thank you so much to production for just showing the numbers we're talking about, because there's a lot of really cool information in the UI that we use. But our next Punisher is mid lane, and Grubby, this is what I was kind of itching and waiting for. Whose comms you want to get into? Because we got to get into some here.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go to Chili Mountain first.
Alrighty, in we go.
We're going to easy camping, one shot this.
No. We want position on front. And we need the hacker here kind of early. You already on walls on here? If you walls up here?
I'm gonna dig already. Clear the bot.
Yeah. We want to move in and get position here. I'm gonna move in from top side.
You can get the right one. I have.
Oh, maybe lick.
Done.
Very even. Oh, you let me here. Yes. No. I do big damage here.
Can silence.
Big damage here.
Allah.
I'm standing 3, get a butter.
Yeah, I'm getting lightning. The lightning breath on it? We're chill. We're not winning shrine now. We're not winning shrine. I think we have to leave this.
I'm in trouble.
I can silence here.
Yeah, silence maybe. Maybe big.
I'm nothing more. I have one slow.
Figure it out.
Oh, it's a bit unlucky actually.
I'm gonna cancel you.
They are losing bot way, but
Yeah. Oh wait.
the silence from the side of Chili Mountain in what I feel is the most important moments. You have a nano-boosted Malthael. You hear it's big damage, it's big, and I see no blue health bars dropping down, Grubby.
Yeah.
What went
What's
wrong?
up with that?
What went wrong there?
He lied.
Leyline, hold on.
Like, where's the big damage?
Oh, this Leyline Punisher jump
There it
as
is.
well. Medivh finds the revenge from the earlier stacks, but a quadra kill in for Granite Gaming, an Arcane Punisher. It's Grubby. Like, do you know where it went wrong? Because I'm still trying to figure it out.
There was no big damage. That's what
alright.
went wrong.
Okay, true.
Like, he took a lot of the comms attention for this big Omega combo, Tormented Souls Nano Boost, but the damage actually wasn't there. So it's like you're encouraging and asking your teammates to come in and invest deep into this fight rather than doing what I think would be the rational thing. It was a big damage. Let's pull back, let bot work for itself and passively defend this Punisher so that at least you still have keep at the end of the day. I think that went wrong. Not talking about the execution of, just talking about the comms, because that's what we happen to be listening to.
No, I absolutely agree. Like, I think you put it beautifully there, Grubby, because there was so much comms about the Nano, whereas, it was a complete back away from
Not
Granite
talk about
Gaming.
anything else.
Yeah, no, and then when that Nano failed, it was like silence. It was like, okay, the Nano failed. There was no new shot calling. There was no readjust. You heard a back away. You heard one comment to say, "Let's back away. We're losing this." And then there was, "Oh, I got a Wailing
Another
Arrow."
engage.
And then there was another engage because someone called out they got a Wailing Arrow. And I don't think that just because you got the Wailing means you get the big engagement. Granted, yes, I think there was maybe a Jeff from Blaze as well or something.
Now, if you said got the Wailing and someone is like, prove it, then okay, then I get it. But I think it's because they called out, and this is kind of in between the lines reading. It's like, we got a big wave bot. They're losing bot. And I think that's usually in the line, like between the lines speech at the pros for let's buy time. That's why they engage on what looks like a 3v1 at first. Went wrong again, though. Not the end of the day, though. Chili Mountain still has level 20 coming. They've got 3 forwards against 3.5. So they can still come back.
Can we talk really quickly about what Red Robot's doing with this Invisible Friends value as a tank? Because I think this is such a cool concept that we don't really focus on very much, Grubby, and I just love how he's kind of proxying or setting up in these invisible positions and not moving because he has full invisibility when he stands still for 2 seconds?
1.5.
1.5, excuse me.
After stopping 1.5, and it's pretty crazy, man. Like, it's not a good place to stand in the bush. There's just a lot of confusion coming up here. For example, Raynor can't attack Diablo until he hits a penetrating round. He may want to save that CD, but he can't. So invisibility even has a purpose, even when someone is fully aware of where you are. But you can stand in places that are not bushes. Now hold that thought. Max Passion, Jet Propulsion, trying to get away. There is a Sleep Dart. Ana can't keep him alive. He's forced to use the bunker. They need to synchronize his departure with a Healing Dart. He's popping out. He's alive because of the distraction from Big Damage. Big Damage is still Nano-boosted Tormented. He's going to try to get some damage in, but he gets permanently CC'd. He takes the big damage. Malthael down. Ana left behind and down as well. Nice Hellgate blink there by Diablo. Wrong way, Savanas. Hunting waves away. Swamp Grota with the chase.
Yes,
Any righteous hammer players?
Any righteous hammers? There it is. And
it's not very righteous, but it was a hammer.
Well, I guess Medivh just kind of left Red Robot to die and lose souls. Gia's like, haha, I'm a bird, bye! Gia was like, I don't want to lose my stacks again, but with 3 members dead... Oh, wait, that's a drag onto Medivh. There will be a little blink from Brightwing. Burgle taking a lot of damage, does burrow onto the ground for a second. I gotta say, Skook on this Vala timed that Hungering Arrow on Blaze so very well. It bounced around on him, which was the reason that he actually fell after the Leyline Seal. I thought Blaze was gonna live, but now Malthael will fall. It's a solid... quadra kill to the members of Granite Gaming, and they want to take a W on map number 1. Diablo actually made all the way back from death. He made it all the way from the left side of the map to be on the end screen here, and Granite Gaming will take map 1 in our second best of 5 of the day. And in my opinion, Grubby, this is the best Granite Gaming we've seen all season long. I don't know if it's Red Robot, if it's them playing against Chili Mountain, or if it's just week 3, the synergy, the practice is there, but something is clicking for Granite Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good draft. I think first of all, none of that Tyrael, Zeratul gimmicky stuff that you're just not ready for until you know you are. For the same reason, you don't start a slow clap when the airplane lands or the movie in the cinema finishes. You have to know for sure that it's time to do it. It's not something you just try. You could just end up being the only one to slow clap, and then you might as well just go for the full enthusiastic clap. At least you've got joy on your side, not trying to create an epic moment out of nothing. So in this particular case, they've got the good draft. It works. Anyone would give it a seal of approval. They got their 12-2 in takedowns. They played solidly, good rotations, pickoffs in the lane. Every element that was missing so far. Maybe because they're against Chili Mountain, but I do think I agree with you. Regardless of who they're against, draft-wise and play-wise, looks the best so far.
Justin, we got you back in the mix, and I want to hear your thoughts on that first map and how Granite Gaming were just so successful.
Yeah, so I think that Grubby touched on it a bit. The draft definitely helps, and the fact that they're playing against Chili Mountain, the other team that's in the bottom of the standings right now, definitely helps. I think the main thing, though, is Red Robot coming into the team. I feel like, especially when you're a team that is kind of down at the bottom of the standings and you haven't been winning much, or at all, I guess, in their case, in both these teams' cases, they were both 0-6, that having just like a new environment, having even just the addition of one player like that can really shake things up, and it can really do a lot for the team's momentum and morale overall. So I think Red Robot as an addition seems really good so far, and that might be sort of what they need to just kind of get their confidence back a little bit, because it is, at the end of the day, a lot of it is a mental game, and being, feeling happy with the teammates that you have and like the team environment, that is as important or more important than individual play. So I think that it's just a fresh beginning for them with Red Robot. I think that will help a lot, especially in this series. And they just looked a lot better overall. Also, Skog looked really good on the Vala. I think that he's a player that I know in EU, a lot of players speak really highly of him as more of like a flex player. I don't think it was necessarily in the tank position. So it's neat to see him play a ranged, because he did look really comfortable on the Vala. That being said, Granite's comp was, I think, disgusting. I don't think they should get this comp. I think it's too strong. And it was kind of funny when we listened to the comms that it kind of went exactly how I described it, with Make going in and being like, "Nano me, this is going to be sick," and then just getting his whole backline just gets leylined, because that's what Medivh does. And the same thing happened top lane here too. So kind of just, it's impossible to play Malthil into Medivh. I'd say that's like the big takeaway. And on the side of Chili Mountain, I would say good job to Azerite. He is what made the game close. That top pick where he just turned around and arrowed Urel was really sick. That was very, very cool. I liked that. And also in the first objective, they traded basically just Azerite. Got more than the whole objective did bottom on Sylvanas. So shoutouts to Azerite, but Granite Gaming looking very scary so far.
Liking what we're seeing from our red or our blue roster technically, and we'll see if Chili Mountain can start to heat things up, or I guess maybe freeze out the competition, if you will. We're getting ready for our second map here, and that first one, it was all Granite Gaming. There were a few shining moments for Chili Mountain, but I think Justin and Grubby, you'd agree that this is more or less just Granite Gaming controlling and dominating that first map with what Justin said was an S tier draft. I 100% agree. I don't know, like I want Chili Mountain to really sell me on what they're doing here. I'm not 100% sold yet, and maybe it comes down to draft style or play style. Grubby getting into the next map from Chili Mountain.
Yeah, I think I think they have a lot of solo laners on the team, and now you even have someone that wasn't solo laner, Make, also playing solo lane. Make is, in my mind, he's our Falstad player, our Sylvanas player. He's on that ranged assassin. Kind of reminds me of Quacknix, where he's a very good ranged DPS player. Not the best in the whole league, perhaps, but very good, and respect him greatly. But then he has like the calls. This game, though, he tried to be that person, like, look at me, support me, and we'll destroy the team, kind of that the solo laner has, but I don't think it was like the best judgment when he's on the front line. I think he has more overview on the back. Why, when you've got two frontliners that are playing solo laner as a tank, are you also going to the front line? And it's kind of because they needed someone to kill Diablo, but I think they lost sight and track of the draft. So maybe try things a bit on a different tack. Again, I'm always counseling back to normalcy, because I think that's how you find yourself. You find your feet, you ground your team, and you get more stable a mind for everyone again. And you save the special for later, because we're still in the learning phase of the league as well. Week 3, there are still possibilities. You can't gimmick your way through every match, try to get the highest score from that, but then not know how to play the game properly. So I think we need some normal stuff.
Well, the possibilities are endless for what the drafts could be, but the map will determine a little bit more of which direction these drafts will head, as we know where we're going to for map number 2. It's going to be the map choice of Granite Gaming, meaning that Chili Mountain, the losing side, has opted for first pick priority. I like Granite Gaming taking us to Battlefield, one, because we have the synergistic value and the motif of Diablo maps, but not only that, it's just a strong map in general. The team fighting from Granite Gaming was extremely well done on Infernal Shrines, and I think this map justing will lend to Granite Gaming's playstyle for map 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the last game was just one off of the back of the draft difference, or if Granite Gaming really is just a different team with Red Robot. I think this will be the game where it'll really become evident whether Granite Gaming is breaking away from this last place standings, or if it was just a draft mistake coming out from Chili Mountain. We'll see very soon, because I think that this game will be the big decider. I do like that they picked Battlefield of Eternity, though, if they are a rejuvenated new team with Red Robot, because this is a team where the better team can really just flex on the opponent and you can end the game before level 20.
Well, the draft has begun, and we'll see a couple bans here and there, but I just want to, Grubby, I haven't asked you in a little bit. When you play Battlefield, what do you like to play? Like, just in general, like, what's your go-to hero for this map?
Yeah, I like to pick someone that can poke. Li Ming, glass cannon, missile build, as I've told you about last week. I'm glad you asked again. Spreading the gospel of the glass cannon.
You gotta.
But I also think Lunara, Hanzo. Usually, I like to take the DPS here. I'm not typically thinking of which tank, though. I think it's super important, the tank. But at least if you have a Li Ming, a Hanzo, better even than Lunara, you can deal with issues that would otherwise leave you gridlocked. We saw that earlier on from Diamond Hands, one of the 2 maps that they won in the best of 5 despite losing the series. Just having access to Li Ming Hanzo allowed them to close the gap when there was a defensive position of the Immortal. It just gives you one new avenue of play. Don't make it your only avenue of play, but with an extra avenue, that is now an option that gives you flexibility in game. It's already a 2-lane map. There isn't that much to do on the map sometimes. There's no boss somewhere in the corner of the map, some beacon to channel power or summon a god. It's all about that fight in the middle. Team fight and then poke. So make sure you at least have that. And don't fall behind on the race either when you pick your heroes.
Now, we've had quite a few picks and bans so far, Justin, and we've let you kind of sit and bake like a delicious pie. What's your thoughts as we get into the second ban phase?
So definitely interesting that they're respecting Max Passion and his Chen and banning that away. So that's neat to see that a hero that is basically never picked at all gets the target ban from the first ban. I like that. That's good. That being said, they did opt into the Blaze first pick, leaving Brightwing with Stukov being banned. I really, really strongly feel that 90% of the time, unless you for sure know what you're doing to avoid picking one of those, if one of them is banned, you should just pick the other one. I think that Brightwing and Stukov have proven to be way too strong relative to the other supports. So getting Brightwing from second pick while being the team that bans Stukov, I think is a pretty huge draft blunder from Chili Mountain. Also, Dahaka is arguably just as strong as Blaze. I do like, however, that with the Blaze and the Uther priority, they are enabling Azerite on the Cassia. Like we mentioned previously, Azerite has been a very standout player for Chili Mountain. Although they haven't been able to win any games yet, he's looked really strong. Even though they've been losing, he's been putting up really good numbers. So being able to enable him, I do like, but I really, really hate giving Brightwing away like that.
Also, just, we're watching this draft unfold, and we see the ban onto Diablo, but this is exactly what I was just about to ask you, Grubby. It was like, all right, cool, you ban out the Diablo. Did y'all watch last week with Red Robot and Mortal Combo? Because that was the reason Oxygen won the map on Battlefield of last week, so I'm worried that Chili Mountain isn't respecting this Garrosh enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah? Do you want me to let you have a minute here?
Uther, yeah, so they're going for that combo again.
Yeah.
Mephisto. pick Mephisto.
Oh yeah, you loved Mephisto into double
It
support, right? You
destroys
said it's
double
basically
support.
free win, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You want the free win, Granit? Did you listen to Justin? If not, your own fault.
If you lose, it's because you didn't take Mephisto. I do like this though. I do like this though, realistically, Justin. And while we're loading in here, I got to get your thoughts because there's a lot that's happened.
Yeah, so I don't hate the Falstad. I would prefer to Mephisto because I think it basically makes double support unplayable. That's the one hero that you just don't draft double support into. Mm-hmm. So I would have preferred that. That being said, they did still get the Brightwing when I think that's kind of illegal. And main tank Uther, which is basically what this is very weak into Garrosh. One of the things with Uther is that if you play him as a frontline hero, into every tank besides Garrosh, you're kind of free to sort of just walk up and, you know, play the frontline like you normally would. Against Garrosh in particular, you really don't want to be thrown as main tank Uther. So Garrosh is like a specific soft counter to it, and also he can go into the body check if he wants for the healing reduction. They do have Falstad Lunara, which is really strong double ranged into the Malthael. So I think that Lunara and Falstad will probably be able to just really take advantage of the squishy frontline on the side of Chili Mountain. So I favor Granit Gaming.
Alrighty, Justin, thank you for the breakdown analysis, and I've already got a question for you when we get out of game, but I'll hold that question for now because we got to introduce these teams here. On the side of Granite Gaming, we've got Henning on the Brightwing, Skoog on the Lunara, G on the Falstad, Red Robot on the Garrosh, and Svampgrada on the Dahaka. Over in the red, looking at Chili Mountain, we've got Banana on the Uther, Make on the Ana, Max Passion on the Blaze, Burgold playing Malthael, and Azerite on the Cassia. I marked down a Granite Gaming win. I feel like they have everything they wanted out of this draft. There are some cool aspects on the side of Chili Mountain's draft, Grubby, but I think it is Granite Gaming's momentum and just their synergy they've built so far from that game number one. It's just looking good for me, so I'm going to lean into our blue team. What about you?
Yep, I think I have to agree with you there, Bahamut. As they go for the body check. They have everything they want and need. I do love Banana H's Uther, but not as much as I hate Ana these days. In terms of the pro leagues, at least, I think she works in Storm League, but well, we'll see how it goes. You know, she's still got that minus 100% healing debuff that works really nicely into Brightwing, and I do think it is better here. For Ana, and it's going to be a different player. Maybe Maka will have more luck on Ana. And no Mephisto was taken, so the Justin prophecy will not be completed. And Azerite's Cassia is sick. Let's have faith. Let's believe in both teams. Let's pray for the best match, as these two teams are going to be duking it out. Chili Mountain is fighting for their first map victory in the CCL Season 3.
And I feel like Granite Gaming, there's a little bit, and maybe this is just me, theorizing a little too much, but I feel like there is a little bit of something, if I was on the Granite Gaming team, to try and deny Chili Mountain even a single map win in this series. I feel like there's a little bit of that play here, but let's talk about the engagement around this bottom camp as Red Robot's getting chunked quite heavily. Malthael dives on the backline, Burgold trying to make the play. The armor of Red Robot's buying a window, but it's a double kill over to the side of Chili Mountain. Can they make it a triple kill? Dahaka burrows, Sleep Dart comes through, and Chili Mountain frees out 3 members and find the solid triple kill and the camp.
Well. Double support on a circle. Good for Ana. Healing grenade. Double heal. Who would have thunk it? Quad kill.
Grubby, could you quickly explain to us the concept of chain CC? Because I think we just watched it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough for Lunara.
Well, I mean, that was sick though. Like Gia nearly got the kill on Azerite over the wall, right? But there's so many safety nets. She's got so much armor. I think as the Falstad, Brightwing, Dahaka triple global team, let's not forget, we didn't talk about it much.
Oh, yeah.
Into double support, that is not how you play it. You play it by doing superior minion pressure. You can, of course, come in with the 5 globals, but you got to make sure it's like a 5v3, 5v4 kind of thing. And I'm not sure it was.
We got that first blood, Grubby, and we can break it down for everyone at home, and I want to see what are your thoughts here on this first blood?
Yeah, let's talk numbers and odds, right? So we see that Falstad is top. Malthael, I think Burgold really, he did a great thing here. Like, he came before the global came over. Yep. He gave up the Impaler camp top. I'm really talking about the macro, because the fight, it's messy, it's numbers-based. I believe during this phase at level 2, 3, I think double support has the advantage. You got Uther armor, you got amplified grenade, all of it just heavily favors Chili Mountain at this level. And it's triple global. I think Bergholt saved this game so far, this fight. Leaving that early, recognizing, hey, my team might need me. I'm going to make sure I'm near. I can always clear the Khazra later. I think that was genius, whether it was a team call or his decision. Now there's a little bit of a victory on that Immortal, maybe that level advantage, the bonus damage. Chili Mountain is off to a great start. Had Bergholt stayed top, that solo lane greed, I want to balance out my lane, it would have been a 4v5. Everything else could have changed.
We have a toss onto Banana. Biotic Grenade does come out. There was a body check onto Banana, and doesn't look like the Biotic Grenade mitigates the body check. I do want to also note that Falstad's already hit 30 stacks 4 minutes in, so that means that his damage buff jumps from 15% to 30% because of the extra 15% you get when you hit that 30 stack mark. But as a note, much like Fire at Will, that level 1 for Falstad is uncapped. You can keep building up that percentage. Bergholt waiting in the bush at the bottom of our screen as the objective phase does end. Skoog trying to back away. Bergholt gets the mark onto the Lunara, but she is just going to be able to kind of play safe, back up towards her fort, and wait for any sort of engagement to come from the Chili Mountain side, with a drag from Swamp Grotto not connecting onto Bergholt. I'm looking at the Dahaka talents here, and he's going to be going into the Lurker Strain at level 4, pretty common, but also the Feeding Frenzy from level 7, really giving that cooldown reduction and that 0.5 duration increase on the drag. Very beneficial to set up some late game kills, but I think, Grubby, you're absolutely right when you talk about, these compositions in a vacuum. Bergholt, did you not expect Dahaka to just be in the bush? I'm confused by this a little bit. Oh, he should get away. Right?
He's gonna be fine.
He should? Yeah. Gia can land one hammering. I was gonna say, Gia just needs one hammering because Gia had already 30 stacks that Max Passion came in to try and help, but there's another drag. Feeding Frenzy value, giving cooldown reduction by 1.75 seconds on a 15-second cooldown per auto attack. Oh, that's a rough go, and this is what I wanted to start talking about, Grubby, was just like that start of the game, great for Chili Mountain. This latter half of the game, as we get to 10s, I feel like it goes to Granit Gaming because of that power spike.
Yeah, but I mean, that was unfortunate, really, to throw away good money after bad. Malthael doomed because he didn't anticipate the Dahaka in the bush. Fair play. Good job by Granit, you know. They're kind of faking like Falstad's the only guy here. A little bit greedy by Bergholt, but fine. One death. And you can trust Gia to throw some good hammers. He's from Sweden, after all. Thor's hammer found its mark. Bopped Malthael right on the head after he nearly got away. And then it's the global team that rotated earlier this time to save their brethren. Still, fairly even, right? But that's a lot of fort damage by Granit Gaming on the bottom fort. Now, let's see who gets this next Immortal.
If won by the side of Granit Gaming, it would go to the top lane as it's more well defended. If won by Chili Mountain, will go into bottom lane because it's, well, more defended. You can tell by the minimap, you can see the structural damage. Regardless, 10 talent here on the horizon. Both teams looking for this. There's a drag that connects onto Cassie just as she's going to go for the Fen, but oh my god. Okay, well, Dahaka buys some time with the Burrow. Phase shift from Brightwing will not be mitigated by any sort of biotic grenade. And we actually know Brightwing... Oh, she must have gotten stunned by the Immortal. That's what it was.
Okay.
I was just like, there's no one around from the enemy team who stunned Brightwing, but the Immortal stunned. Yeah? Yeah?
It could be a play.
Yeah.
You see, while you know an Immortal stun, to pretend you're coming in while you actually want to stay.
I had the exact same thought, and you read my mind, Grubby. You're like clairvoyant today.
We're genius. Instead, we'll probably actually get stunned and die, but the idea is there.
You know, we're gonna say it was some purposeful tech in the game, but drag will not connect from Swamp Grotto. There is the Sentinel in the bush to give that extra vision. So Banana, Max Passion, Azurite, they're all seen. You can see that little red dot over their head as Banana goes and looks for the Wisp. It will be moved, and it will go down to the Oil Slick. But on the right side, Bergholt is getting some race, which is the go button or the green light for Red Robot and crew, but oh my god, here comes a lot of damage into this corridor. Toss onto Skoog, the ball lightning almost killing this Lunara as Gia continues to throw out hammering after hammering, poking at this Belith Immortal. Swamp Grotto looking for another drag, steps into the enemy side. There's a lot of counter damage into Swamp Grotto, pops the Essence and that Burrow. He immediately gets chunked. There's a Divine Shield out from Uther as well. The objective phase does go over to the Granit Gaming side, and a gust from Gia stalls out the enemy team from advancing. Oh, well played from Granit as this Immortal goes to top.
Very nice fight there by Chili Mountain. Quite scary, wouldn't you say? A nano-boosted, divine shielded Cassia. They did what they could, but they couldn't get the Immortal to be protected for long enough. Chili Mountain now mounting a defense. We've got 2 people of Granit pushing back.
Last rights onto Garrosh, but the phase shift! Wow! That was well played from Henning.
clutch.
Yeah, very, very clutch. Look at the bottom lane, though. This is...
Yep.
I love what Granit's doing. They're like, we don't care about taking the top lane fort. We want to get pre-pressure through bottom with our Fallen Shaman, with our Catapult. And the Catapult right now deals 320 damage into structures. This is going to be keep front gate going down. The fort taking a bit of damage. Azurite being poisoned. Red Robot chasing in. He was trying to go for a toss. He does have it off a cooldown. We check back into bottom lane. Svamp a Hearth away, or at least back away. And I think overall, macro-wise, this was extremely well played from Granit Gaming.
Oh yeah, super fruitful. I love that 3-2 split, while also committing to the 3 top. It's a bit risky with Red Robot and Henning. They haven't worked together for long yet either, but it worked out. Z coming through, and that distraction leads you to have more value with the double push bot. They get half the gate, well, they get the whole gate, a tower, and half the tower of the second one. So great start for Granit, already leading with the 1-0. Uther already raised his hammer.
He was trying to get the stun, but he's not able to do so. And 13 is here for the side of Granit Gaming. I'm wondering if they're going to try and make some sort of play or just force top lane to take down the well fort.
Getting that well, it's poisoned. All right, fort as well. Great job, Granit. Just inching out advantages as Garrosh comes in to maybe protect someone that wanted to go and gank Lunara. Chili Mountain is just kind of relaxing, chillaxing. And with the Immortals spawning and the small level lead, I believe we haven't heard from them yet. Want to check in on our friends at Granit Gaming?
Into Granit we go, Grubby.
For you, right?
Can we keep it here instead?
Hey.
I'm gonna start the race. Start the race.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I'll
they're racing initially as well.
We definitely win that.
Yeah.
Wing pretty clear top.
Yeah, gonna speed you.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with top.
Yeah, they're
lane.
gonna chase me.
Yeah. We probably get, even if they kill you, we get the race.
Sparrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
Love it.
Cool.
Nice. This is gone as well.
Pretty nice.
I'm
yeah.
here now.
Yeah, we keep playing defense. Eh?
We can come, yeah.
They missed sleep.
Maybe find someone.
Look, Uther.
No, you divine
you do
shield.
They one shield themselves. They're bunking
Yeah,
themselves.
just
Go
run, just run.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna TP you for the heal
Thank
next
you.
phase.
Crack, I'm
I'll
walking
take,
now.
I walk
I'll
up now,
take
yeah.
one. Take one top.
I have
Oh, wait,
class
it's the last phase also. Granit guy, look!
I'm
No back,
yeah,
back.
I'm throwing.
Yeah,
Kill this guy, kill this guy!
Go.
I have him.
Okay.
Nice. I'm with you here as well.
Yeah, look
I can
at
speed you in 1
look at
second.
the
Look, Azurite.
I don't
Yeah.
have Lick.
Okay, slept.
Beating you.
I'm
Let's
slowing
slow
down.
on over.
Yeah.
Play slow, okay,
Following
okay.
Uther. Gonna go on me.
Yeah, play safe on the
Play
Immortal.
slow. Play slow.
Yeah.
I have cleanse again.
I think I can throw. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Fine. speeding. You see me here? Monkey. Kill this guy.
Banana
Okay,
is
yeah.
one. Yeah, I'm coming.
Following Burger.
Nice.
Standing still. Oh, you see the dodge on the stand there with the TP?
Good
Clean.
kill us all.
A big wave on both.
Yeah, I'm gonna push bot.
Nice one.
Nice.
Just finish this.
Dude. This is looking kinda hot.
Yeah.
We are so fucking
Honestly.
sexy, lads.
The play from Granit Gaming right there, Grubby, was really, really nice to listen to. The coolest factor that I actually heard from all of this was I believe it was the chase onto, what was it, Blaze? I'm actually completely drawing a blank, but either way, one member of the side of Chili Mountain was getting very low and was going to die, and you could hear in comms, one of the players of Granit Gaming goes, I have this. And at that moment, in that exact moment, everyone else moved away, because I think it was Skook who called it. Everyone else went and tried to do something else. I loved that play from Granit Gaming and their communication.
I agree with you. There was actually so much space for people to talk. No one like going, I kill. So there was so much space. As the next fight breaks out, we can analyze it again later. There's an auto-boosted Cassia. It's of course auto-attack Cassia, not quite as scary as a spellcaster Cassia. You can see he's kind of like struggling to hit a lot of relevant spells. Not like you're going to spam Fend, for instance, and Blind is mostly defensive with a bit of extra damage. Overall, though, they are defending the keep. We see one of the first 3-level leads today, if I'm not mistaken. But really good moves here for Granit. So what we had was a lot of empty space where people could talk. It wasn't awkward, cringy silence, but it was just their space to talk. And all of the information that came in was useful. For example, here Gia said Uther has 1 HP. He's low, right? And then when Dahaka got a drag tongue, now, maybe it was a little bit before, maybe it was now on Cassia, yeah. He says, I'm standing still. That's another very valuable piece of information, because Dahaka can go many ways, right, when he drags. And actually standing still is something that Dahaka should do in Storm League, because it allows your allies to recognize, oh, he's standing still for a lot of this, so now I know where to hit my skill shot. When you have voice chat, you can call it. I'm going to keep pulling him to the right. I keep bringing him to you, or I stand still. This is useful info, and it was only possible because of the space that everyone gives each other. Now, we were, of course, with Granit Gaming in a situation where they're doing well right now. Like, so comps are always more positive, but it was very productive, I think, what everyone was saying. Same thing with the Skog, the Lunara, who said, I've got this, everyone turns around. Very good comms. 8 out of 10.
A little bit of a combo from Red Robot. Did go into the Mortal Combo once again. So going to be able to get those cooldown reduction on the Groundbreaker stun, and then I'm assuming we'll see Titanic Might at level 20 as well to pair into the Mortal Combo Groundbreaker combo per se. Also want to note really quickly, some of our questing stacks, we have 77 on Falstead. That is 53.5 bonus damage for him. Uther's already finished out the level 1 Wave of Light. We've got the new habits done by the Blaze. No stacks on the Malthael Last Rites. 7 out of the 10 for the enhanced agility, but the Immortals have spawned. Lunara trying to throw some damage, or at least mark up the enemy members with those toxin stacks, and Skoog is gonna get hit by the Blaze.
Gust!
Huge gust actually from Gia comes in. There's a hammering. Lunara finds the burst damage necessary into Malthael and Ana. There's a kill onto Uther. He's got no redemption because there's no 20. Bunker from Blaze buys a moment or two for Cassia to leave the top lane area. Falstead still working on the objective. He doesn't have flight for 50 seconds, but this should be a core call from Granit Gaming, and they should be able to take this map number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. And I feel like we're going to talk about this a lot in this best of 5, Grubby, but I really got to say, this is a different Granit Gaming. This is a better Granit Gaming, and I hope for the sake of Granit Gaming, Lauber isn't streaming and isn't going to sting them to the death on the next map, but we'll have to see what happens, because map number 2 will go over to the side of Granit. Ooh, Granit Gaming, you're on a roll there.
Very nice to see that revitalization. Maybe because of or with Red Robot, or any reason we're not 100% privy to. We may hear in the winner's interview if they're going to go take it all the way, but it definitely looks good. Love that combo there with Falstad coming in with the Mighty Gust into the immediate Red Robot Warlord's challenge on several members. Kneel before me! As Lunara came in from the side with the big damage. Skog used to be tank for Granit, now a very happy ranged damage dealer. Granit Gaming trashed Chili Mountain, something fierce here. And Chili Mountain, having run Ana and Malthael twice in a row, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and see, wait, do we just do this again, or do we have other tricks up our sleeves as well?
Well,
Justin?
Yeah,
Oh,
please, Justin.
yeah, it's
no, please.
totally different Granit Gaming. This is not the same team that we've seen in the last 2 weeks. They look completely changed. The composition, I sort of debated, I think, with my analysis of the draft after thinking about it a little bit more. Typically, when you have these teams that are at the bottom of the standings, the team that wins is typically the team that has the draft that is easier to play. And I would say that double support is about the easiest style of strategy that you can play. It has a lot of room for errors. You're basically just, the enemy makes a single mistake and you're just punishing that. And you can make a lot of mistakes as long as you don't make any really, really bad mistakes. And if both teams are making errors, it benefits the double support team. And I was kind of worried at the start too, especially with Granit Gaming kind of piling into this. This was like their one mistake of the game where they realized, okay, wait, maybe we don't 5v5 against the double support comp on a point. Maybe we don't do that. And they learned immediately. They made the one mistake, they messed up, and then never again. After that, they played fights really, really well. Gia on the Falstad was getting a ton of split pressure. He was really taking on the Malthael. Just for existing, Malthael is not a character that likes to play into ranged matchups at all. And so Gia just sort of chasing him around the map and playing Falstad to his strengths of being a global split pushing threat matches up well into the Malthael. Really well played from Gia, and just everyone on the side of Granite Gaming really impressed with what they've done. They look completely different this week.
So that was actually going to be my question to you, Justin, was, how do you play into this double support composition? And what I'm gathering essentially is that you just don't stack into them. You play more split, if I'm understanding correct?
Yeah, ideally you would play the map more, so you would just play since double support really needs all 5 members to be together to really be effective. Ideally you split the map up and you put a lot of pressure on the side lanes, which is what Falstad was doing quite a bit this game. As well as having Dahaka. So they had the tools, they had 3 globals, they had the tools to deal with a double support comp. But it's still hard, even with those globals on BOE, to really do that, because you're still going to have to take 5v5s at some point on Battlefield of Eternity. So just really impressed by Granite Gaming. Overall, Chili Mountain's comp should have been a lot easier to run just on paper. So for Granite Gaming to come out and get a 3 level lead at one point during that game, very impressive.
I think we're all at home and here impressed with how Granite Gaming's doing, and we're all probably trying to rally for Chili Mountain for a longer series. We're going to take a short little break here. In that break, I encourage you to hit ! prize pool if you'd like to donate towards that Matcherino page. Donate towards the Matcherino. We very much do appreciate it, and your support is always very much appreciated and loved. Because of you, we've hit $3,439.99. Someone get rid of that 99 cents, please. It's so annoying to say, but regardless, thank you all for your support. ! Prize pool gets you over that Matcherino page. But as I said, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to find out, can Granite Gaming close things out in a 3-0, or does Chili Mountain rally and begin a second reverse sweep for HeroesCCL? We'll find out in just a little bit here on HeroesCCL, presented by Wisdom. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to HeroesCCL, presented by Wisdom. My name is Bahamut, joined by Grubby and Justin for what could be our first 3-0 of the day. We've got Granite Gaming in the advantage slot to potentially take this and close out our first day of HeroesCCL in week number 3. Grubby, my friend, as we had a little bit of a break, how you feeling? What are your energy levels at getting into this next map?
Yeah, I'm happy to see Granite kicking some behind. A little worried about Chili Mountain and their strategical depth, but they've still got the rest of the season to figure it out. Maybe they'll do a Cinderella comeback here, show those nasty stepsisters right here. But Granite, they're on a roll, and I'm expecting at this rate for them to close it out 3-0. Let's see if it's going to happen.
Yeah, Justin, it looks like Granite Gaming has solidified themselves from week 2 to 3. Do you think that Chili Mountain could rally and bring it back through this next map?
Anything is possible. Both these teams are in the bottom of the standings next to each other, so things can get real weird when you get teams that are on that side of the standings together. That being said, I definitely am leaning towards a 3-0 on the side of Granite. They look completely different from last week and the week before. I'm excited. I hope that Granite can rally and can make a big turnaround here and make this be the start of that, of a uptrend, because it's nice to have more teams that can really root for as the season progresses. So I'm hoping that Granite solidifies themselves as a strong contender.
Well, we definitely have Granite looking good today. We can look at our next map, if I'm not mistaken. And as I made the joke before we got into a break, we're heading to Sky Temple. This is the map of Chili Mountain, meaning that Granite Gaming will have first pick priority. But as I said beforehand, for anyone out there, if you're watching, if Lauber's streaming and doing co-streaming, you got to tell him not to curse Granite Gaming, because this is exactly the map where Lauber cursed Granite Gaming to death. So we'll see if this will be the case once again. But either way, Sky Temple is an awesome map. We haven't actually seen it. If I'm not mistaken, we haven't had a single Sky Temple map yet this season of CCL, Grubby. So it's exciting because it does change up the draft style a little bit. I think the big thing to consider is global and then team fight. Those are actually, I guess, 2 things. But those are the 2 big factors I consider going into this
Three
map.
things to consider are fanatical devotion to the Pope, globals, and team fight.
I don't know about that first one, but maybe we'll circle back to that one a little bit later. But
Monty Python.
It is exciting. It is exciting getting into Sky Temple here. And Justin, I want to get your thoughts as well getting into this map.
Yeah, so things are a little bit different here. Sky Temple is a map that a lot of teams don't like to play. Wildheart back in the day included. The map is really big, and the map sort of caters towards defensive strategies, which is the main reason why I didn't like playing it and my team didn't like playing it in the past. Basically, if you are ahead, 99% of the time, the best choice is to trade objectives from ahead, which leads to a kind of awkward dynamic where you don't really want to push your lead too much. It's always on the team that is losing, kind of force boss. Forcing boss when you're ahead on this map is usually a mistake. The drafts are going to be quite a bit different, I think, from previous games. Globals are extremely important, as well as it's very good to have at least one hero who can either do camps exceptionally well, and also is able to do kill the shrine, the temple guardians. Yeah, temple guardians. So like a Sonya is something that we don't see very much, but on a map like Sky Temple, she could get played. Same with characters like Greymane that don't necessarily get played too much in the current meta, but on a map like Sky Temple where you can win the game through global, macro, split push, that type of stuff, she might see some play here. That being said, 2 globals already secured on the side of Granit Gaming. It's rough for Chili Mountain at this point. They already lost the 2 big globals in the meta right now.
So it's an interesting evolution of the draft so far. I also want to get Grubby's thoughts as he's it looks like you're pondering a little bit as to what could unfold.
Yeah, what I was thinking about is hearing Justin's experience with his team and many of the other teams. What I don't get is you're playing competitively, you're playing against each other. So if someone else's enemies are your friends, someone else's dislikes are your likes. Why dislike the same thing? If you know everyone hates Sky Temple, why not become king of the temple? That's what I don't get.
Because no one likes to play the map.
It's just not
too
fun.
big.
But why not subject? Like, it's like you're in an elevator with someone else that you really dislike, and you've got something fierce cooking up, and you just let rip. Doesn't that hurt them more than you, even though it hurts you?
Yes and no, because you actually end up going home to scrim, and they're actually still there. They show up at your house, so it's not like it's all left in the elevator. You actually have to interact with them on a day-to-day basis if you want to do scrims, and you don't want to be that guy. So
you're saying that even though you could subject an enemy team to Sky Temple and the unpleasantness of it, you would have to practice it to feel confident to go there. So you still get to be in that unpleasant atmosphere for longer than your enemy team.
Yeah, basically, you'd be trapping yourself in the elevator in the analogy.
Because you're like you're practicing surviving that atmosphere, and it's noxious. It's noxious.
Yes,
I get it. Not good for long-term health.
Okay. What I don't get, Justin, is what's happened in this draft so far, and could you please break down who's got the draft? Because our analogy's been very interesting as of late for this game, but I do want to get your thoughts because we do have full drafts on both sides.
So I do like the Anubarak and Zagara coming out on the side of Chili Mountain. It allows them to play the map very well. Anubarak and Zagara both have a lot of summons, so they can tank the structures, which is very important on a map like this, where you're trying to sort of just split push often and get macro value by just sieging across the map, because the map is really big. The other side has 2 globals. Li Ming doesn't match up great into the heroes that Chili Mountain has drafted. That's like the weak point, I'd say, for Granite Gaming. But overall, I think having the 2 globals is probably a bigger advantage than having the Anubarak Beetles and having the Zagara creeps.
It's a lot of summonables, or a lot of just stuff they can put on the map on the side of Chili Mountain, but I really love what Granite Gaming has built here. I think just Diablo Li Ming is so synergistic. Double global factor is huge, so we'll see what's going to happen here, because I believe we are just about loaded into Sky Temple. Justin, thank you for your breakdown and your analysis. We'll see you after map number 3, Sky Temple. This could be the final map of the day, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have this Granite Gaming roster in the blue up in this best of 5 series. As I said, the advantage slot, they are looking to close things out in a 3-0 fashion. Skoog on the Li Ming, Red Robot playing the Diablo, Henning on the Anduin, Swamp Grata on the Dahaka, and Gia once again on the Falstad. Over on the Chili Mountain side of the map, they're going to look to rally and start out what could be our second reverse sweep of the day, but they got a big hill to climb with the roster of a Nubrak played by Max Passion, Make on the Zagara, Banana on the Lucio, Azerite on Lunara, and Urel to be played by Burgold. I'm leaning Granite Gaming on this one, Grubby, but I got to get your thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, I like Granite Gaming's comp. They've got the double global. They've got a clear kill comp. I do like Zagara. I think Zagara is probably a little underplayed. The vision that she brings is as much, if not more, than Lunara. They've got both. Sorry. Noxious atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah.
But they've got both, and that is very valuable in a strategy game. And I like Banana H's Lucio. But I think Granite's just playing a little bit too powerfully, draft notwithstanding. They've got a clear kill composition as well. There's a really long distance shadow charge. I think he used some of Lucio's own movement speed to get a greater than possible shadow charge, initiating it when he was still near and getting that wall stun. Something to keep in mind, actually. Had Banana H moved towards him, not trying to dodge, he probably wouldn't have got stunned. Might matter someday, might save your life. But for now, Chili Mountain is going to start grabbing the siege camp. Then they've got a choice. Push with it as 4, or use it as a distraction to get their own bruiser, and then very maybe invade enemy bruiser, preventing them from getting that, or using the bruiser as a distraction. It may seem straightforward sometimes, but there are many options, and it looks like they're actually going to do a 2-2 split, providing siege camp pressure via the bot, providing mid lane pressure as well with their double player there. But Zagara's going to the bruiser, so it's a little mixture of everything. It's a little mixture.
Yeah, you know, Grubby, we talk about timing on maps quite a bit, and I think we can talk about Sky Temple timing on camps a little bit more here, because I feel like this is one of the maps that really camp timing is a very critical factor. Considering the top lane, bottom lane, yes, you can get some siege giant pressure, but if you can get these bruiser camp, if you can get this bruiser camp out, oh my god, look at this invade! Hello, what is this invade? Make, it's like I made it out, and then Diablo's like, I'm gonna smoosh you against the wall. Great invade from Granite Gaming. The flight, the brushstock, Diablo coming through as well. And I was going to talk about camp timings, but I think Granite Gaming understand it better than we even do. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because if you get your respective bruiser camp and you push in to this top lane, and then you focus on the top objective phase, which is always standard, top and mid for the first on this map, you can find a fort through this pressure and timing. So it's really critical when you're playing in your own games to focus, and well, not focus, but to start working on this bruiser camp priority before the objective phase. Now, this one won't find as much value as I was initially going to discuss because of the invade, but oh my god, the drag, the follow-up, I don't know if it's just Red Robot on the team of Granite Gaming or if just the synergy has been found. It's so good from the side of Granite Gaming, but I think I just heard that we have a breakdown of the first blood replay as Zagara goes down. But Grubby, can you break this down for us?
Let's break it down. I hope it's not Lucio gonna be going down. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There we go. The first blood. Yeah. They just burrow and fly here on confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't actually know. They don't have information, but they just know. That's the bruiser camp timing. They're maybe they use the minimap to ascertain the absence of other heroes there. They know typically this is something you take with 2 to 3.
Oh no, Max
Passion!
Passion! But Banana has really good control, and it's actually Lunara to fall to the Falstad in the bottom lane. Urel jumps out. Dahaka with the read, burrows under the ground. He has the Lurker Strain, so he tries to back away. This Dahaka does have enhanced agility, but he doesn't have the super... Oh my god, the double back! The outplay from Swamp Gata, are you serious?
Swamp Grata mushrooming his way to the backline and getting that kill there. Dude, everybody's falling. Like, Chili Mountain is just getting picked apart. Urel, the only one that hasn't fallen yet. Granite is crushing. And, well, bad news if you like to make comebacks. This map isn't very good for it. Nor do I think Chili Mountain really has the tools for comeback. They have more like the tools for equality, for defense, for vision. Maybe Devouring Maul can make like a big play, but it's going to be tough. I mean, we haven't seen any Anduin yoinks yet. That's the comfort that Granite is playing with. And we've seen a few Diablos today. We have seen Caesar Salad, and we have seen my pal Vince, and now Red Robot. And I think Red Robot definitely top 2 Diablo so far that we've seen today. It's looking real clean. And we didn't see that much Diablo before, right? From Granit Gaming. Oh, it was X-Ray, was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe X-Ray. Yeah.
X-Ray, he liked to play a lot of Muradin, some Anubarak, but now we're seeing that, and I really see Diablo kind of as a North American hero. I don't know why, but he's very, very popular for North America. It always has been. I think Red Robot is showing that affinity for the hero as well. He's getting the right angles, he's making sure his team's got follow-up, and he's getting the pick-offs.
Do you know what's funny you say that? Because you know what, when I look at tanks, what comes to mind? Oh wait, hold on. Let me pause that for a second because what's coming to mind is Gia getting dove, but Gia's got a barrel roll over the wall and he's absolutely fine. While the rest of the team is grabbing this boss in bottom, there is a gust up and available if Falstad wants to use it, and Lunara has... Yeah, please.
Yeah, Justin said this is a mistake. If you take the boss as the winning team, and with how low Gia is, with how low Swamp Grotta got, with how much the boss wasn't taken, a lot was given up here. Maka very happily, gratefully accepted that and did tower damage bot. There's tower damage top, and they didn't get the boss. So I think Justin, he hit it right on the head. I scroll back to HCC like 4 years ago, whatever, and then it was always like, if you're level 10 flat versus 9 flat, you take the boss. Either that's not true anymore, or there was too much pressure at the same time for that to be possible. And now the first Henning yoink, a little bit of a comeback from Chili Mountain because they tried the boss.
And also, I gotta say, Banana with the read on the Shadow Charge with the high five was really well played. The only thing I just want to note really quickly is you said Diablo's a North American tank. You know who I look as a European tank? Tyrael. I casted one event, it was a European event, and I casted it, and my chat, people in chat were like, I was so surprised when Tyrael got so early prioritized in a lot of games, and I'm like, man, this is crazy, oh my god, Europe, and people in my chat were like, yeah, duh, and I'm like, no, watch a bunch of NA games, and you'll never see a Tyrael, so it's kind of exciting for me, but what's exciting is the bottom lane objective. It is an isolation from Swamp Grotto that will not connect onto Azerite, who's just kind of hopping around. Henning does use the Light Bomb, but it's anti-synergistic with the Gust of Gia. I think Gia was more focused on making sure that Henning is going to live here, and Henning will be able to back away. I feel like the vast majority of the shots still rained out in favor of Granit Gaming. Chili Mountain will find the last 8 or so, and these will poke onto the mid lane fort. We've had 1-for-1 on Fort's fall, and this fort front gate is actually what's going to be the thing that takes the most damage from those last few shots. But we reset on the map, Grubby, and things are still looking Granit Gaming. And look at Tahaka on the right side. He was actually checking to see if the Bruiser camp was being worked on. And it is going to happen here. Well, I'm not sure. Can I get on division really quickly? No, I think Anubarak might have seen Tahaka backing away.
Yeah. I was just looking at Swamp Grotta's vision, and he easily saw the Anubarak coming up. Okay. So he decided to skip down. Max Passion, he wasn't aware of the Haka there, but it gave the Haka time and a chance to walk away.
Zagara's got a lot of creep tumors around this boss, and she's going for the camp, but Diablo steps in, steals it away, and Anubarak doesn't even burrow charge in because we still have a level and some change in favor for Granit Gaming. Firestomp will leash the boss, but no, that's the call to go for this push through bottom lane, and the reason being, next objective phase is going to be top and bottom. Oh my god, Maki! Woo! There's the disintegrate, and actually, I thought Maki would make it out alive. Skoog is like, no. I gotta bolster that KDA.
Damn, that's kind of not supposed to happen there. Dying without CC behind your own fort. But a nice shot there. Actually, really nice shot by Skoog.
Good combos. Really, Skoog's range assassin play has been really awesome to watch. His Lunara was really good in the last game. His Li Ming has been really fun to watch. And also, credit where credit's due, Gia's Falstad is something that I really need to kind of, watch the replay back and see exactly what Gia's doing, because there's a lot to learn from Gia's split pushing, macro, micro on this, Air Muradin, as I like to call him.
Yeah, didn't really see that coming, talking about Gia as a Falstad player here, but he's definitely proven it. I think he's been great on the hero. Let's see if he's going to use Gust here. It's a tricky situation, just keeping it for safety. The Haka's not here yet. Looking at the Brush Stalker cooldown. Was available. They still didn't like the fight, though. They want to wait till level 16.
Do believe, Grubby, we do have another little replay to look at here while we're getting into our objective phase, and let's see what's going to happen in this little replay.
Look at that, Zagara, full life, takes a full combo to the face. That's pretty much it. Now, why was Sagara stepping up in front of a fountain 2v4? We may never know, but we do know what happened to Sagara, and it isn't pretty. I can't bear to speak about it again. Nice shot by Li Ming, but again, I reiterate now that I've seen it again. Thanks for that. Protection shouldn't have happened. Now lasers on the top keep. Mid-fort's already gone, and they're going to bolster the lasers with a Vanilla Assault. That's a keep down. That's talent advantage. Granit is looking fantastic.
Granit is looking to just close out a series very quickly. Max Passion gonna set up in the bush, looking for the angle. Gia gonna hearth back for full mana and to go clear the boss in bottom lane. So let's take stock of what happened during that objective phase. We had Yrel in bottom lane getting shots from Altar. We had a few members of Granite Gaming up in the top, and they were able to get shots onto top lane keep, and then the rest of Granite Gaming pushed into the top lane keep to find the advantage. I think Boss and a bottom lane fort or something like that traded for so much siege through top lane. Granite Gaming coming out on top of that objective phase, and they have this level and a half, level and a quarter, however you want to break it down, lead, as the top lane fort will finally be sneezed on by Chili Mountain.
Yeah, good sneeze, very good sneeze. Get it out there. It's going to help a lot, and now good things are going to happen. Chili Mountain, they probably need to just chill out a bit, just hold back, and then get their level 16 and then fight, right? That's the theory. Problem is, when you play everything around predictable patterns of only fighting when it's comfortable, you'll never get the fight you want. Nice Baneling, by the way. It took like 1,000,000 years to explode. Baneling did not want to die for the calls. He thinks the Overmind is full of crap. He's like, no hive mind for me. I'm an individual. But sadly, that was not its destiny, and it has likewise joined millions of its brethren before it to serve the purpose of the Swarm. Now, this is where Chili Mountain wants to fight. Will Granite Gaming give it to them?
6-0 in kills thus far, but even Talontiers for what feels like the first time in quite a bit on this map. It is going to be single temple in the bottom lane. Grubby, I feel like now's a good time. Do you want to jump to some comms and who's?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing justice to it if we jump into Granite Cons. Let's listen to them. Maybe go into the winning phase of the game.
Let's hear Granite chat about this shrine.
Yeah, I will push it out.
Only you show.
Yeah, just slowly on the core.
Oh,
They see us.
It's only Yrel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not on the temple yet, so they might engage.
Gonna light bomb you.
Carry on the point. Carry on the point.
Oh.
they get it. He's play for
Okay.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Pulling you out. Pulling you out as well.
Okay.
3 damage
He's
on them. 3
rooted.
damage.
Yeah,
I'm gonna reset. They're so chunked.
Oh,
Kill Zag, kill Zag!
Maki!
Really nice.
Maki, go!
We can probably end.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I have you.
We'll go to the... We don't chase,
Okay,
don't chase.
can now,
Can we
Laura.
just play the
I
map
think
now?
he's got map and
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Play map and 20. I'm gonna kill this.
we have boss in 2 minutes.
Nice one, Red.
Anubis kinda. He's hinting.
No.
Yeah, I figured Lucio was there. There's no way he does that. Lucio's there.
Do you know what my favorite part of those comms were, Grubby? At least for me, because I jump out of them first before everyone else. I really like that right at the end of that engagement. Nice one, Red. Like the compliment. I love stuff like that. You got to be a cheerleader for your own teammates, and I think that was actually, it was just nice just to hear that right at the end of a really, really crazy engagement.
Yeah, me too. I got a lot of feels good moments from those comms too. Agree with you there, Baha. As Granted now looking to maybe. Well, what's actually going on here? Oh, I love that by Swamp Grota. He's like, I know you guys are here. I'm just gonna die. Never mind.
Shadow Charge from Diablo comes in. There's a Light Bomb as well from Anduin, but everyone on the side of Chili Mountain splits. Li Ming finds some big reset value. Scoop coming through with Reset City, setting up the triple kill.
I don't even see what happened to Lucio.
Can we slow that down?
Yeah, Anubarak was low, I get it. But Lucio just disappeared in the same puff of smoke, and he wasn't even there. Pretty sick, man. Swamp Grota, you know, that's Granite Gaming playing against the predictable, right? The predictable is them going for the temple and just squeezing out a slow pain, right? But instead they're like, I know you guys are probably up here trying to get some kind of rotators. Oh, no, don't pull Chili. No, don't pull Diamond Hands. It was Diamond Hands who tried to end on Two with the Spider Queen and just died to PvE. Don't pull Diamond Hands here. They're trying to end through keeps. Very, very brave. With Granit Gaming, they go one for... No, never mind. They're pulling a Diamond Hands.
Where I'm sure if I'm sorry, hey, Grubby, please, I have to mute myself.
Oh no! Never ever go full diamond. Oh. You know, if Diamond Hands, if CCL was a best of 3, Diamond Hands would be 3-0 in matches so far. They're really good at 2-0. It has to be said. But that was another, I would say, 1 out of 10 core. I got it, gaming. Through fire. Let's take a look again at that triple kill, because it started really cool. We've got that. We started the replay. We've got that level 19 versus 17 going into it. Let's roll. Okay, look. He started that, the Haka. In jumps Urel. They go in on Urel. They see, hey, actually a Nubarak. Look at Lucio. Whoop. He tried to save a Nubarak who was unsavable. Yeah. Very, very sentimental, Lucio.
But as we come back into the game, things are looking a lot more Chili Mountain favorable, as this is shots through bottom lane onto an exposed keep. Dahaka and Swamp Grata and Gia trying to proxy these waves through the top. Dahaka will be interrupted for trying to burrow away. Will this actually be the swan song of Dahaka? He has enhanced agility, but he tries to burrow, tries to make a cheeky play, and is going to stagger out of death. Is this actually slowly but surely Granit Gaming throwing what could have been a massive lead? Core shielding will fall. Urel gets a righteous hammer onto a few of those catapults. One more gets a shot out. 4% lost on the Chili Mountain core. I'm not counting Granit Gaming out just yet, but I have to say that has got to be a big moral defeat in that top lane loss. Yeah. I'm still kind of losing over just how horrible that went for the side of Granit.
Let's pause for a second here. Things getting a little crazy. We don't actually know the reason. We'll try to figure out. Looks like it's actually a bit of lag. But my God, what a reset. We've got Storm tier talents for both Baha. And we've got 2 keeps for both. This shouldn't be happening. Here we take a perfectly good lead of level 19 versus 17, where you got that creative bait engaged by Swamp Grotto and Dahaka burrowing in. They could have just tried to take the laser at level 19, but they decided to do something creative, expecting skullduggery from Chili Mountain, and skullduggery there was indeed. But they win it. They get 3 kills, and instead of doing the safe thing, doing a vanilla push on bottom keep, empowered by some backup lasers, and just getting to a 3 keep versus 1 keep kind of situation, which there's almost no coming back from on Sky, they sniffed the victory and went straight through towers, brimstone and fire, past the keep, into the core, tornadoes everywhere. Shocking. Absolutely tragic, isn't it, Baha?
It is kind of crazy. Chili Mountain could rally and take back the Sky Temple map. We're getting some readies out from the players, and we're going to get back into game in just a few seconds here. Taking stock of what is on the map, we do have a next objective phase is going to be top and mid, as we are right back into the game. Since the next objective is top and mid, they could prioritize this top lane push with the stolen away camp on the side of Chili Mountain. They will be able to do so, and like Grubby, I'm still reeling from just all this, because I can't believe that Chili Mountain are finding these opportunities. I'm surprised that Granit Gaming is even opening the door for these opportunities, but let's see if when Dahaka respawns, if that will change, if this will be one big team fight for Granit to win it, or can Chili Mountain do the exact same thing? Because a win condition has been set for either side. Win through the bottom lane for Chili Mountain, win through the top lane for Granit Gaming.
Exactly. In terms of vision, that's really important. I'm looking at Granit's vision. They know nothing. Here's what they can guess. Maybe Chili Mountain, some bruiser camp? And now they know. But how many? Is it 1? Is it 2? Did they leave someone to cap it after clearing it? Right. Now they see Lunara top. They see nothing else yet. Now, I didn't see anything either. Now I'm revealing everyone, and I'm like, oh yeah, there are creep tumors here. There's an Anubarak here. Falstad could be in trouble. But vision-wise, it feels claustrophobic for Granit at the moment.
And Granit's being pushed back on the map. Dahaka will brush stalk Oh, no, excuse me. He's just going to Hearth out back to the core. He does have Brush Talk off cooldown, checking the Falstad Flight. He's got Flight as well. 59 stacks, or 44.5% on that hammering. Here comes the center objective. Dahaka still pushing out things in the top. Li Ming looking for a combo or two onto Lunara. She does have that Abolish Magic at level 13 as well. And here comes Swamp Grotto with the clear. And I assume once Swamp Grotto clears us out, that should be the green light for Red Robot and friends to jump into this engagement. I'm waiting to see what happens. A little bit of Roachlings being summoned by the Cigar to zone back the enemy team and also provide some vision.
Oh,
my
right.
God, Skoog, yeah.
This looked like a glass cannon, Li Ming, but it wasn't. Azurite saw the Li Ming trying to poke. Oh, that's a big hammer. By Thor's hammer, Gia.
Dahaka burrows with the Tunneling Claw just to buy some time. Light Bomb. Oh, poorly played from Granite Gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it must have gone like, I got Light Bomb, you're gonna blink, I'm looking. Oh no, out of sync, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Azurite is just slaying Li Ming. Now there's a bit of slaying back. A Nubarak.
He burrow charged away. Lightning Breath from the Diablo will come out. He does have the Hellgate at level 20. We do have the mid lane keep going down on the side of Granite Gaming. Mid lane keep on the side of Chili Mountain very low, looking around like, what, 10, 20%, something like that, just based off the mini-map. Still have a top lane temple up and available, and we have Dahaka doing his best to clear things out in the mid lane, trying to de-pressure. He's shown on map, and I was expecting Chili Mountain to step in, seeing that Dahaka, but he hearths back for full HP. Burgle getting chunked a little bit. The tension between both these teams right now, Grubby, is you can cut it with a knife on this map.
2 globes just went to Chili Mountain. That's really big, because they were taking big poke damage, but they got both of the globes, and they got the Lucio heals, of course, at level 16 is so strong. Oh, another Light Bomb there, and there's the Mighty Guts. It's actually not very good. It only hits Burgold, and not very much. Buffering, that was not a good gust. Range Mosh Pit is the key to win these games, and there's still Cocoon and Ardent Defender on the side of Chili Mountain. If they don't take a big Li Ming combo to the face with a Hammerang, they should have the upper hand, and that's gonna net them another keep. My god, Chili Mountain is coming back into the game.
The games and the series are not over for the day just yet, as Li Ming clears out bottom lane. Boss in the bottom area is up in 12 seconds. We do have Siege Giants worked on by Swamp Grotto and Gia. And I'm just checking as well. Gia has Flight, Swamp Grotto, Brush Talk is 30 seconds away. Seems like there might be a rotation down to boss. Could this be the throw pit of Sky Temple for either of these teams?
It very well could be. I mean, this is a big dude, a big objective. Swamp Grotto gets hammered, minus 20 armor. He uses Burrow. That's like, what, 20 seconds cooldown? So
15, because you have, I believe, the 5 seconds off. 14, excuse me, because of the Lurker Strain.
Okay, Lurker Strain, 14 seconds. So it's available now, just to give you a feel for it. Pressure mid, 2 catapults. Top, 2 catapults. Bottom, 2 siege camps. Granite Gaming has a minute max to fight here.
Dahaka gonna get hit with a few stuns as he burrows away once again, that Lurker Strain value. And like I keep saying there's so much tension and so much like nerves, but you can actually see it on the side of Granite Gaming as they back up. A team that was looking so aggressive and dominant, considering their playstyle so far on this in the series, are looking a little bit more timid and shy in this latter half of Sky Temple. They want the 3-0. They do not want to give Chili Mountain a single map victory, and I feel like that is a little bit of a goal for Granite Gaming, but can they actually achieve that with so many members just floating around boss right now? No one actually engaging, but there's the engage onto Cigar. She doesn't get hit by the Hellgate. There's a hammering in from Falstad, but Gia is like 2 HP from the Lunara bursting damage. Skoog trying to throw combos over the wall. There is a Cocoon onto this Dahaka. Red Robot is gonna be able to just zone back the enemy members of Chili Mountain, and an engagement that took a few abilities, a few heroics, will yield nothing for either team. And another objective phase will be double, though the shots from Chili Mountain side of the map will rain straight into core.
Yeah, the problem is Granite cannot give even 20 seconds of temple time. If they do, it's over. So they're occupying this temple here in the center that's starting in a second. Will anybody make it top? Fortunately for Granite, they've got vision of top lane. They know there's nobody there yet sneaking past. There's no global, so they just have to defend this. There's the ranged mosh pit on Banana H and Max Passion. They're trying to get Maka going for him big time. He goes down. That's a 5v4 now, but Chili Mountain cannot afford to back off. How are they gonna do it? They're focusing the Haka. There's a healing debuff from the high five, but he gets yoinked. 4v5, but they've got to keep going. They've got to keep going. They have Cocoon in 6 seconds.
Lunar has some Thornwood Vines to poke at the enemy team. There's going to be a huge Shadow Charge with the Light Bomb combo. That Inner Fire, a big burst and shielding for the Diablo. A Nubrak will be falling. The shot still raining out through the mid. Svamgrada, or excuse me, no, it's going to be the chase onto Burgold, my apologies. And they did use Ardent Defender. That's a triple kill going over to the side of Granite Gaming. Banana trying to put the pressure onto Skoog. Skoog trying to return the damage, and it seems like they're going to go for a bit of a flashy end here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be Granite Gaming looking to utilize both temple phases to end the game. Li Ming, though, wants to be on the score screen, or on the end screen. Li Ming wants to show up, but she also has really good damage on the core, so does Gia. And what was a game that could have gone over to Chili Mountain was kind of regained over to the side of Granite Gaming. It looked like you had an absolute spin out in a snowstorm, but Granite Gaming, they took driver's ed, they learned how to counter steer, and they knew what to do in the spin out, recorrecting the course of their team and taking map number 3. They revitalize their history of losing on Sky Temple, and Granite Gaming take our final series of Saturday in a 3-0 fashion. I gotta get you Justing all the way back in here already. What are your thoughts on that last map?
I was kind of worried there at the end because Granite Gaming, you could tell it felt like they maybe used every little last ounce of their energy on that attempted core, and then it failed. And that is typically, that's the worst feeling mentally to be in a game, in a series, is that's where reverse sweeps happen, is in that moment, and how you hold your composure after that, because mentally everyone would have just used all of their energy expecting the game to end there on the side of Granite when they got 3 kills and went to core. But another reason that we hate Sky Temple is the core mechanic. It was too strong. There's an actual just wall of tornadoes, and that basically almost that in conjunction with the 2 heroes on the side of Chili Mountain was enough to stop 5 members from ending the game. And they didn't expect that either, and they used a lot of energy on it, and they were actually the team in the losing situation there at the end. They did have the double globals, but they didn't have any keeps. So with 2 temples spawning, they needed to get the fight right there, right then. When they did, they got the pick onto Make, so Red Robot and Gia with the Falstad and Diablo. Really, really crucial that they got that pick onto Make on the Zagara at the end there. Had they not gotten that, they might have lost, and it could have been the start of a reverse sweep. Who knows? They might have been out of energy after that. So really, really well played, especially I'd say Red Robot. Everyone on the side of Granite Gaming really stepped up, but Red Robot, he is the big difference, is that they brought him in, and he played, not only did everyone else step up, but he himself also played extremely well today.
Mm-hmm. I would absolutely agree with you. And really fun fact, actually, about those tornadoes, as you were saying, it's a wall. Quite literally, it is a wall. Diablo can shadow charge into it. It's considered collision, though I'm sure there's other collision things to consider, like Hog or Hog Wild, which probably just goes right through it. But let's talk about the winner right now, because I believe we've got Henning on the line with us. Henning, my friend, how you feeling after that victory? Oh, I have no.
Not only get our first map win, but also our first series win as well.
Yeah, congratulations. And now I have this question before I throw it over to Grubby and Justing. I have this one question. Was there a little bit of a attempt to deny Chili Mountain any map win today?
I think it wasn't about denying them anything. I think it was mostly about proving ourselves after this lousy start that we had. And I think we managed to do that so far tonight.
Okay, all right. Well, I was just curious as well, but let me go ahead and throw it over to Grubby. Do you have a question for Henning?
Maybe Justin first.
Oh, Justin, I'm sorry. I broke the order we normally ask questions in, but Justin, good question for Henning.
Congrats on your 3-0. So you guys made the addition of Red Robot, but not only did Red Robot play well, but it seemed like everyone on the team really stepped up. Was there what was the process for you guys to make what seemed like such a drastic difference between last week and this week? Everyone seemed to really just step up their play a lot.
I think it's like you mentioned earlier, I think between the games, that the addition of Red Robot also helped with it reset the rest of us and our mindset. So I think that also allowed the rest of us to play better in general, because the issue we had before, Exor is a great guy and a good player, but the thing was that we as a unit did just not click, and it affected all of us.
Okay.
We jumped into comms once on Battlefield of Eternity, and it seemed apparent that there was a lot of time. There was enough space for people to put in useful information, and it was great to hear Svamkrota saying something like when he got the drag, where he's like, "I'm standing still," or when Skog was going after someone, he's like, "I got this," and then it allowed everyone to parse that useful information and make decisions and skill shots accordingly. So it definitely sounded a bit more calm. Again, I also think X-Ray is a great player and great guy, but he was fairly vocal, so maybe there's a bit more space for that, for everyone to make their calls. Now, you guys had 2 victories there, and in this 3rd victory, it was almost not a victory. Talk to us about the moment. 2 components to it. You were level 19 versus 17, bottom temple, and instead of doing the obvious thing, going for the temple and squeezing out a slow, boring macro victory on Sky, you started pushing out towards the boss point. First question is why?
I think that there it was just like the general hype and the nerves or whatever getting to us, that like we wanted to close this out, because like as they show on the replay here, we're up like 10-0 in kills, and it's super clean up until that point. And we said it once we died on boss or on core, I mean, that we should have maybe done boss and bot temple and just like get bot keep and everything for free. So yeah, because it kind of invited them back into the game, which made this even more tense than maybe it had to be. But it was
for
just
sure.
again like the hype and the nerves, like we wanted to end it there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like a huge pop. Because Skog like had a huge pop of moment there as well, like killing all of them, which just like added more to the hype as well. So that's like one thing we will have to work on a bit.
But I actually meant right before that, the reason that whole moment happened was because you guys, and I don't know for what, and I'm trying to figure out why. Why did you guys not just stand on the temple, but you went into the boss where the whole pop-off from Skog and you guys happened? Why did Svamkrota burrow into the bush? Because you guys expected like a top-down collapse and you didn't want to be stuck in the temple position?
Yeah, I think it was like we saw them coming down and we had like a good position on the Diablo and everything. So we knew that if they came down and we gave him vision, that we could get like a big pick off. So then the call was for Swamp to come in, and the fight worked out in the end. Then we just had to grief it.
Very well. It was super smart. So you guys did an aggressive defense in a more unexpected place rather than just being good boys standing on the temple and waiting to be engaged on.
Yeah, exactly, because that's like the obvious thing, right? So that they know we're there, but then moving our pieces up, meeting them halfway is like the unexpected thing for them.
It's awesome. Great call.
It was a really good series, Henning. Congratulations on your victory up against Chili Mountain. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
I mean, except for the one to my F-bomb sexy lads of teammates and Granit. I also, just for the sake of the memes, have an additional shout out. And that is, firstly, to Cavalier Guest, who predicted that Granit would not win a single map this entire season. So that jinx gave us some additional power. So that's number one. Number two is Oxygen dropping Red Robot, allowing us to pick him up, because it made a huge difference for us.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much, Henning, for your interview, and good luck in your scrims in preparation up against Simplicity for your next weekend Saturday matchup. Good luck in your scrims, have fun, and congratulations once again on your victory against Chili Mountain.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Henning. That was a really, really good series, gents. Like, I had a blast with that one. Now, yeah, it's a 3-0, but seriously, the revitalization of Granite Gaming, the way that they played today, I think that they are really, really building some cool momentum. And I think we got a little bit of a hint from Henning that I think this roster, this Granite Gaming crew, they're a lot happier with Red Robot in that tank position. I think when we were in comms, the shot calling, the communication, it was very on point for this, for the Granite Gaming crew. But it has been a really, really fun day of games. And I want to get, Justin, I believe you've been watching from afar all day, and you have our Wisdom Power Play of the day.
Yep, I have the Wisdom Mega Play of the super special Power Play time. Sponsored by Wisdom. So we can go ahead and watch that clip right now.
I like it.
Thanks. So this is the moment where this is the pinnacle, the defining moment of the series where it was nearly a reverse, well, it was a reverse sweep on the side of Oxygen, but it seemed like Diamond Hands was going to finally close it out here. Diablo had a really good play in this fight where he used his Fire Breath right as Varian went for the taunt, but the important thing to note is Heavy. Heavy is still alive. So Diamond Hands, they think they're going to get reverse swept, but they win this fight. They get 3 kills. They're desperate. The adrenaline is pumping. But they're also having spiders coming to crash into their base, so they need to make a decision fast. They don't have time to sit here and think, so they decide, all right, 3 dead, this is our moment to end the game. But notice Heavy in the bottom left of your screen exists. Notice the gigantic purple puddle exists. And notice how they just don't stop. Diamond Hands doesn't have anywhere to go. They go in through the choke. They decide not to kill the tower, and the tower is just raining down on them. Draded hits the grenade with the melting point. And at this point, the reverse sweep happens, and Diamond Hands is in absolute shambles. That was their moment. They thought, 3 dead, we've got this. But Heavy said, no, you build Stukov too strong. And I just think it's kind of a beautiful thing. I've been into a lot of stuff like fractals lately, and it's kind of a beautiful thing to me that at the very end of a game that is a reverse sweep, we get a tiny little baby reverse sweep to end the game out. And I just think that's like the most beautiful thing.
It was really, really well played. And Justin, thank you once again for the breakdown, your top clip of the day. It was seriously like that turnaround. I feel like Heavy was the monster in that situation. And also, I didn't notice this. He actually got cooldown reduction on his lurking arm because he threw out one, got the kill on Diablo, threw out a second one that zoned back the enemy side of jeez, I'm blanking on the name of the crew of Diamond Hands. Thank you. And then he got another one after that on top of the melting point from the Tychus grenade. Just really, really well played from Oxygen in that reverse sweep. But Grubby, I believe we've got some standing updates that we can look at, and I want to get your thoughts on how all of this is shaped up after our amazing day of best of fives.
Well, we had 2 teams with 1-1. Now we have Oxygen with a very narrow victory over Diamond Hands, climbing up to the top 4. And between the 0-2 teams, which we had 3 of, Chili Mountain remains there and drops lower, but Granite Gaming has joined Diamond Hands for the top 6 position. And of course, we've got more matches coming up tomorrow, which is why some teams have played more than others. You definitely want to catch tomorrow, because we're going to have our top 3 teams playing: HeroesHearth, 30k, and Simplicity, as well as Storm Esports, who, to be fair, I kind of expected in top 4 maybe by this time, but they've had nothing but bad luck. A loss and a forfeit. It's going to be their attempt tomorrow to redeem themselves a bit and get a victory against 30k.
Yeah, tomorrow starting at our normal broadcast time, 11 PDT, or PST, excuse me, 2 o'clock EST and 20 CET, we'll be kicking things off with HeroesHearth Esports versus Simplicity. That's expected on my end to be a really, really good matchup. We get into that second best of 5, our final best of 5 of the weekend, and it will be Storm Esports versus 30k. Now, the big thing to note, as Grubby had said, the Storm Esports standing doesn't actually reflect, in my opinion, where they sit within our actual league standing. They did choose to take that forfeit in week number 2 as they could not field enough players for their roster. And now, with Lauber playing on NA Ping for the remainder of the group stage, I did confirm it with him. He's playing from Canada from the remainder of the group stage, and
Sick.
We'll see how that's going to affect his ping, his play style, his shot calling. It's been a phenomenal day of games as we had Oxygen versus Diamond Hands, Granite Gaming versus Chili Mountain. But as we're kind of wrapping up our day here, I got to get both of your thoughts on just takeaways of what happened today. And Justin, I want to start with you.
Medivh still exists. Granite Gaming is looking very strong, a lot stronger than the previous 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, those are my 2 big takeaways for the day. Is Medivh, you can't forget about, and Granite Gaming.
And Granite Gaming. Perfectly put, Justin. But Grubby, any takeaways or thoughts from today's best of fives?
I think Diamond Hands need to start practicing a lot for that third map in the series. It's starting to, maybe not 100% yet, but if it happens again, for real, bro, for real. Maybe it's a psychology thing. Thing. So try to remember where you were at mentally in that phase in the game. And then, try to not do that. Easier said than done. But they're looking good despite losing out today. Very entertaining games today. I'm happy for Granite Gaming that they've bolstered their ranks and their score. And I hope Chili Mountain can bring in some power. This was a real game here on Sky Temple. They brought enough power for me to call it a game. But piggybacking off of just Nano, Malthael, I think that was a bit too easy. You can't usually carry a pre-prepared plan like that into a draft. Got to be a bit more flexible. But they may have just had an off day and said, hey, maybe this is our best shot. We had a lot of luck with that in some scrims. Hope Chili Mountain can get their first victory next weekend as well. For now, we're going to be recuperating and resting up for another awesome day of HoTS Esports tomorrow.
You said it perfectly, Grubby. We have had some amazing best of fives today, but the weekend is still young. We're only halfway through the weekend. We've got 2 more amazing best of fives for you all tomorrow afternoon at our normal broadcast start time. We're excited to be able to bring you all these fun games, and we really appreciate all the support at home, as well as to our sponsor, Next Level Gaming, for joining us. And to all the people watching over at Next Level Gaming in Miami, thank you for hanging out at Next Level Gaming. You can also play Heroes the Storm over at the Esports Center. Get yourself a little extra experience, play all those heroes, and have a good time at a LAN center. So thank you once again to Next Level Gaming for joining us, and that is going to wrap up day number 1 of week 3 of our HeroesCCL. We look forward to more matches tomorrow. We're going to find out who's on top and who's going to be falling towards that bottom. Until then, I've been Bahamut, joined by Grubby and Justin. We'll see you tomorrow for some more amazing Heroes of Storm action here on HeroesCCL, presented by Wisdom.